Why you should not move in together until you're engaged on today's ThinkShare. Hello humans, welcome to the ThinkShare. My name's Zach. I'm here to bring something to thinking about, sharing about, talking about, listening to, reading about that doesn't belong in math class. If you're new to the channel, I invite you to subscribe. Recently, I've been re-listening to The Defining Decade, and one of my favorite chapters of this book is talking about sliding. What sliding is it's a concept that really a lot of millennials and a lot of people in our generation fall into. So the idea is a lot of people our age are dating in their 20s and they're saying, you know, I don't really want to have kids till I hit maybe a little after 30. The reason that this is happening is one, because comparatively in history, before birth control was readily available, families were having children in their 20s. So women were getting pregnant in maybe their young or mid 20s. And now that there's birth control, a lot of people are waiting. They're not getting as involved with families as quick. As I was dating Alyssa, we would start sleeping over each other's place. She was still in school. I was out of college, but we lived like 20 minutes away. And you know, we would stay over each other's place. She would leave stuff there for school, or I would leave stuff at her place. And at some point, it was like, oh shoot, I left this or that at the other apartment, and you had to bring everything with you, and you had to, you know, bring clothes for the next day or something. So one of the challenges a lot of people face that are in these pretty long-term relationships where they sleep over each other's place is that they have all this stuff that they use and they're realizing it's just becoming inconvenient. One of the problems that a lot of people our age do is when they have this problem and their lease is up on a new place, they say, hey, maybe we should just move in together. And what happens is they get an apartment together, they get a place together, and they don't talk about where the relationship is going. It's more out of convenience, and there's this feeling of, let's do this because it's convenient. And a lot of people aren't thinking about, is this the person I want to marry? And they aren't thinking about, if this doesn't go well in the next year or two, they don't want to propose to the other person, or they're not interested in getting engaged, or they say, you know, this is probably not the person I want to marry. They underestimate the challenges it takes to break up and go into a new living space or a new environment or something new. You get a dog together, yeah, try ending the relationship when you have a dog together. It could be something simple like getting a couch together. In The Defining Decade, she really talks about the fact that there's all these switching costs, sort of simple human psychology. We don't realize that it holds us way back, but something as simple as like getting a credit card. When we get a credit card and there's a 0% interest for the first year, and then it starts to get much bigger, like in the 20+% after that year, a lot of us don't even bother to go over to another credit card. One, because we don't want to take out more credit, but two, because we're just kind of lazy. And when we've been doing things for a while, we get complacent and we get comfortable, and we don't want to get uncomfortable again. So what I challenge a lot of millennials out there is, if you're going to move in with a boyfriend or girlfriend, please do this. One, either decide first whether you're going to get engaged with this person. Like, literally consider proposing to them before you move in. That's one option. Two, promise yourself to have a conversation with them about where the future is going. You should have like a literal meeting. Like, we have budget meetings, we have goals meetings sometimes. Like, we'll say, set in the calendar, like, you know, April 1st, we'll talk about goals and where we're headed and what's going on. What's really easy to do is get stuck in the day-to-day mundane, and then you forget about the really important things and you're not making them urgent. Say before I was engaged to Alyssa, what I might do is say, all right, I'm open to moving in 6 months, let's talk about where our relationship is going. Because if in 6 months or in a year, your relationship is going in a different direction than you wanted to, maybe you're realizing they wanted kids and you didn't, or the other way around. Maybe you're realizing, you know what, this person's not so great with money and they need to either change that or I'm out, or you need to shape up something. I know one thing Alyssa got used to after we were engaged and we moved in together was picking up after. She didn't like it, but one of the things that's interesting about getting engaged first is when you move in together, everything occurs as an obstacle you will get over to have a successful marriage, versus when you move in together and then consider getting engaged, it's all occurring as things, is this something I really want to deal with? And you're not necessarily willing to get over all these hurdles. The fact is, a lot of humans out there, we're gonna have to get over a ton of hurdles to really love them unconditionally. If you're already committing to getting over them, it's gonna be easier to get over them, versus if you're asking yourself, will I or could I get over them, it's gonna be a lot more challenging. Coming from a millennial that got engaged, then moved in, and someone that loves listening to others' relationships, talking with other people, this was one of the huge concepts we took from the book, and we're really glad we took the steps in our life the way that we did. In the comments, I would love to answer any kind of questions you might have about this. I have a lot of strong opinions on it, and I would love to get a good conversation going. Let me know what you think about it. Have you done the same, or are you in a tough spot and you're realizing maybe you made a mistake? Just let me know or send me an email, ideasovercoffeebook@gmail.com. That's all for today. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, give it a like. If you want more, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell if you want notifications every day I come up with something new. Thank you for watching. Stay weird, humans. Yeet!